go, girl. There he is. What's going on? Oh, that was lovely. Show me that tongue. Stick it on out for the world to see.
I just inhaled something and I don't know what it was.
It was a bug.
Shh.
Do not shush me.
I did my shit together today.
Oh my God. Hey.
Hey, long time no see.
Long time. Hey, did you see the post I did?
Which one?
I did one of Hazel. She's running.
Where she was running through the sprinklers?
I know.
Yes.
Do you know how long I've been waiting for that?
A hot second.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
I bet. I liked it. It must not have showed it.
It was awesome. I was so excited. And the funniest part was I had just gotten off work and they were at the sprinkler pad. So I went there and she was like, she had a little friend there, another little 2-year-old, and they were like hanging out and running around in their little whatever suits they were. And I was like,
you mean bathing suits?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were like,
and I was like, hey, awesome. And I was like watching her and I was like, I've been waiting. I didn't realize it until I saw her running that I had been waiting for that since she should have started walking. So now she's running. I was like, all right, come back, sweetie. All right. Now
she was gone.
I need you to just run straight out. Then she ran out and I cut off the sound. And then I was like, okay, you can come back now. She kept
going. I knew it.
She ran like, around the whole park, and then she picked up her sister and her friend along the way, and they were all holding hands. It was like,
did you and Julia cry a little bit? It's okay. Men can cry.
No, I don't cry.
Lies.
I'm happy to be on finally.
I am happy to have you back finally.
Yeah. The seductive she-wolf from Cleveland, Ohio, relocated to Austin, Texas in 2012 to pursue her musical dreams. After 12 years, 3 bands, several records, and countless live performances, she's surging forward with her solo project. Please welcome Britny Lobas.
Wow. That was a wonderful intro.
Yeah, he's getting pretty good at that.
I just can't believe you're from Cleveland, Ohio. So I was hoping you'd be a Texas girl, but you know.
Why is that?
I don't know. I have state pride.
Are you a born and raised Texan?
I am.
I do have some Texas blood in me. My mom's side of the family is from H-Town.
Oh, the armpit of the world.
Is that what they call it?
That's what I call it.
Oh, okay.
Houston.
H-Town holding it down.
Didn't they just get hit with that hurricane?
They did.
Off of it.
Yeah, some people are going to be out of power till like Sunday. It's horrible. I have friends there.
Actually.
Your family's still there?
First rodeo. It's not their first rodeo.
Their first rodeo.
But hold on. Cleveland. Have you ever been to Cleveland?
No, but I've heard people that went there. They're scarred.
I went to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Was that where that? Yeah, that was where that was.
Yeah. The Rock and Roll is super cool.
That was the only thing I went for. And then I went, look at all that water right there. That's pretty cool. And then we drove back.
I want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I want to go to, I think the Football Hall of Fame's there.
Is it?
Yes. It's kind of like, I've never been there actually. I think it's in between Cleveland and Columbus.
So I want to go do that. There are things I want to do there, but I was really hoping you'd be a Texas girl, but that's okay. I've gotten over it.
You've gotten over it?
It sure sounds like it.
Actually, I couldn't wait to leave Cleveland. I was like, I really couldn't.
I've heard people say that. I've heard a lot of people say that.
My mom was like, get out of Dodge. You know, I like moved to Austin. I had never been here. And she was like, yeah, you know, get out of Dodge. Go follow your dreams. So I couldn't wait to leave. And I loved Austin. I mean, I love Austin. I'm still here. But I will say that I am super proud to be from Cleveland now that I've been gone for so long.
It's because you're a star. Now when you go back, they worship you. They're like, oh, Britny, can we stick our nose up your butt just a little bit more? Rock goddess.
I just played my first hometown show since I moved away.
Ooh, how'd that go?
She played at the Hard Rock or something like that. Blue, yes, that's
House of Blues. Oh my God, it was a. Am I allowed to swear on this show? It was a
Fuck yes.
Yeah, it was a fucking dream. It was sold out to over 2,000 people. It was amazing. I opened up for the Vindies, who are they were just voted best rock band in Cleveland. They're amazing. They actually just came to Austin to open for me last month. But anyways, yeah, it was amazing. I hadn't played home in 12 years.
I haven't heard them. They suck compared to you, okay?
Oh, okay. They don't, but okay. They're on tour with Pat Benatar. They're ridiculous. Another female fronted badass chick.
We just talked about her. It's a couple episodes back. I don't know. I'm so behind on editing.
Yeah. So I have my first question. Can I go? Thank you. All right. So you have a lot of experience fronting bands from The Curve to Nomad City to Corbella, and now you have this Britny Lobas solo project.
Yeah.
So what I'd like for you to do for me is provide some details regarding your learning steps moving from one band to the next. So, for example, I'm going to pull from my own personal pitiful life. So there was one point in time I had a band. My guitarist was an alcoholic, but I had to get rid of him. Mm-hmm. Not because I didn't like him. Well, okay, I didn't like him. But it was because he wouldn't come to shows because he was too drunk. And then when he would play, it was horrible. But when I finally got rid of him, I was like, fuck, I'm never going to recover from this. So, but what I found out after I got my replacement guitarist was you can go on, you can find love again. So now 3 or 4 guitarists down the road, I'm like, it's another dead body. Let's find someone else. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. So just start from like each band and kind of my road through them all, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if The Curve was your first band or not.
Can I call a timeout? Because some of our listeners may not know who she is in general.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Answer his question.
It's probably going to be a long-winded question.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm Britny Lobas. In case they don't know, yeah.
Hi, Britny.
My first band was not The Curve. It was called The Girls Band. It didn't last long. I was like, I don't know, 19, and it was like 3 girl singers, and we had like a 9-piece band behind us of like all just these old dudes. I don't know, it was kind of weird, but that was like my first band. It lasted like a few months, and then they kicked me out, actually. Long story.
Losers.
Yeah. But then I got a phone call to join The Curve, which was a way better opportunity for me anyways, because I could just front my own band. But yeah, I learned a lot in that band. I just really just grit my teeth and, would play 3-4 hour shows, sometimes 2 shows a day. It was just like my job. So I did that. It seems like looking back, I was in that band forever, but really it was only like 3 years. And then I decided to move to Austin when I was, 22 or 23. So just packed in my car and just left. I actually had a band before Nomad City called Britny Lobas and Red Coral, and that was a really cool project. I started working with a guy named Jim Drew, which I don't even know whatever happened to that guy, but I put together like a EP, and that was very bluesy, and I worked with some of the most amazing musicians in town, like Jake Andrews, Glenn Rexach, Kevin Hall, Robbie Venturini, Stephen Ray Will, like just some really, really great cats in town. And yeah, looking back, I played some really cool shows when I had just moved here. I got like a residency at the Saxon Pub on Thursdays, and I was living here for like maybe a year and a half and kind of did that whole thing. But it was like very blues driven. And then I know you know Ray Kane, so him and I kind of hooked up doing music. And then we started Nomad City, which was a lot more rock driven. And that was a really great time. We released an EP there, did some music videos, and then we parted ways and I started Corbella, which was kind of more like pop rock. And I feel like that project was really great and we were doing some really great things, but then COVID happened. And so when that happened, I just really was like, I don't have the energy to like start over again. So I started working with my manager, Austin Breckenridge, and he was like, you should just do a project under your own name. So if, you know, people leave or you move or something, I don't have to start all over again. So hence I just used the name Britny Lobas. And then, yeah, my band I have now, Garrett J. Brown, Cole Burris, Alec Cabrera has been my drummer for like 8 years. He was in Nomad City, Corbella, and then my project now. And then my keyboard player, John Cherry. So I've been really lucky to just work with really great people. And that's my spiel.
All right. So basically, you were fired from your first band.
Yeah.
You were in the Curve, and you were like working your balls off. And then you're like, I'm going to follow my dream. So then you came here, and then you did a little project that was kind of your first Austin experience. So you kind of got infused into the Austin scene. And that also led you into the Saxon Pub, which is like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And then you got into Nomad City.
It's funny because I like never play there anymore.
Well, your music is like way different.
It is. Place. Correct. Yeah.
I was going to say once you hit Nomad City, you probably were moving away from that sound.
Right.
That's what I think anyway. But I don't know anyone, and I'm not paid money to do anything. So what did you learn from Nomad City into Corbella?
I guess that I really was a better songwriter than I thought I was. When I moved down here, I had no idea what I was going to do. I had always performed and loved to sing, but living in Cleveland, I never was in the original music scene. I just did cover band stuff, and I learned how to perform that way, which I'm super grateful for. But yeah, moving down here, I even auditioned to be in cover bands. Like I had no idea what I was doing really. And so, you know, when I started Britny Lobas and Red Coral and worked with Jim, I realized I could write songs, but, you know, I just thought, I can only write because, you know, Jim's a really good writer. But then when Ray and I started writing, I ended up really writing songs I was even more passionate about and were even more personal to me. And then I feel like it just kept getting better and better.
Cool. And then from Corbella to the Britny solo project, or projects, I guess at this point. So basically the big learning thing there was, you know what? I'm just going to use my name and everyone else can just suck it. Is that?
I was really bummed out when Corbella kind of ended. It was really hard for me. But now, looking back, I think in the grand scheme of things, it probably should have just been Britny Lobas this whole time anyways. So yeah, it was just kind of a big learning curve. Because when I first moved here, it was Britny Lobas and Red Coral, but most venues would just say Britny Lobas. So it was kind of like Britny Lobas, then Nomad City, then Corbella, back to Britny Lobas. So it's just kind of a 360 really.
Yeah, I think if you have a voice like yours, you know, you just need to change it to Britny. You know, you can just be Celine, Cher, and Britny.
Just Britny. It's Britny, bitch.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, it's good to know because I don't think a lot of people explain, you know, how you build knowledge as you go. So thanks for sharing that with our people.
Yeah. It's a lot of knowledge to learn over 12 years, I guess.
It's a lot of kicks in the face.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I really like what you're doing now. I think.
Thank you.
The cool thing is the curve, you know, of what you're doing. I think now you can be a little more experimental because it is you, and you're not Britny Loeb and the Bangles or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so you can really go, I want to do this polka song, you know, and they'll go, and you can go, screw you, you're fired. I'm gonna find a tuba player, you know.
Yeah.
But you have a lot more freedom than what you had with the other, because when you're in a band, a lot of it's negotiation.
Yeah.
Even if you're in charge, still there's negotiation. Now you don't have to negotiate.
Right. I call the
shot. Probably argue with your manager a lot, though.
Yeah, I do. No. No, he's great. He's like a good life coach for sure.
So what initially drew you to music in the first place?
That's a great question. I don't even really know. I mean, my dad was a musician full time, like rock and roller. So I think it was just always in me, to be honest. And my mom is a writer, so both of them have always been really creative. But I started singing in church when I was 6. So yeah, I feel like it was just kind of always in me, and I don't know, I just always had a passion for it. Whether it was singing or dancing or acting, I just kind of was in all of it.
So you were just originally a very creative person, and that's sort of where you pointed that at. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's your songwriting process like?
Yeah, so it's always pretty different. I mainly do a lot of my songwriting with Garrett J. Brown. He's in my band. He plays bass, but we also do a duo thing where he plays guitar, and he's just been really heavily involved in the whole project from the start. But every time, we get together, it's always different. We've gone on like writing retreats, which have been super cool. Sometimes it's just me and him and an acoustic guitar. Other times it's just me and the keyboard. Sometimes we build a beat in the box and then I'll sing over top of it. Or sometimes I'll have just lyrics, or I'll just have a melody. I mean, it's always different. And sometimes they're great, and sometimes I table them and come back to them. But yeah, that's kind of how that's been going.
So how do you know for you when a song is a good song, or a song that you're at least going to release?
Yeah, I've come to find that if I'm really tied to a song, it's usually because it has some sort of personal meaning to me. And I've come to find, like, to get over things or get through things, or just anything in life in general, I usually always write a song about it. And so, I'll still release a song even if it's not like personally tied to me, but I get really excited and really passionate about it if there's a good story behind it, and if I am personally tied to it. And usually it just has to have some catchy ass melody, and I'm usually hooked and a good story to tell.
Yeah, you are really good with melodies and catchy hooks.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Brent. I can see the wheels turning.
I have too many questions, really.
Okay, I know. Try to keep it.
I had to ring it in, so if you want to go to the songs now.
Why don't you pick which song we'll go to, Brent? Because I can tell you really want to.
Let's ask her. So basically, the best I could tell was you released With You in 2024 February, right?
Correct.
And you released Marina in 2023 April. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay, and then Hollow's your most recent re-release, and that was in April 2024, right?
That was, yes.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's do Marina.
Yep.
With You, and then Hollow, because Hollow's going to be the one that you probably want to push people towards. Not that you don't want them to look at any of the other songs, but so this song is about, when I was listening to it, it's about the fear and insecurity created by love.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily, it's your stuff. It's not necessarily their stuff. It could be their stuff, but the song in me focuses about the insanity, the mental illness I'm trying to fight off.
Marina is causing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So R&B pop vocals with the Santana musical feel.
Uh-huh.
There was also another influence in there, but I can't remember what it was because I did not freaking write it down. About 143, we discover it's actually a duet.
It is.
And you are doing these vocal acrobatics, which is just awesome. I love that part because I think you're kind of interesting, and we'll talk more about what you do with songs. But in this one, I wouldn't say you were contained, but you were staying home, until 143. And at that point, you were like, "Bleh!"
Yeah.
But that's because you had the duet, so you could do that. The other cool thing was the tone of your voices sound really, really good together. And it's not even the quality of your voices, it's the tone, the timbre of it, if that makes any sense at all. But does. I really liked it. So here's my question. Can you provide us some insight on your role as a creative related to drafting your lyrics, composing your music, and participation in the recording process? So let's say you kind of talked about how you write a song. You do a retreat, you go steal a car, something generates this song. At that point, what is your role? Because it's your solo band, I'm going to assume that your role in each part of it is heavily involved. But can you provide a little insight into, okay, I've written a song, there's some lyrics. What do I do with those at that point? What do I do with the music? What do I do with the recording process? What is that whole thing like?
Well, I'll kind of tell you how the song was created and then the recording process. But Garrett and I wrote this song. It was actually the first song we wrote together. And it was like it was in 2020 after a live stream we had done. And we were drinking at the time. And he just started playing the little like Latin flavor chords on the guitar. And then I just started, singing the hook. And we had kind of played this like pool party. And there was a woman named Marina. And she had like an accent and just was this wild, beautiful woman. And yeah, we just thought she was like this heartbreaker. And so it was kind of just like this playful, fun song. And then I remember we kind of wrote it and then I came home with it and then I wrote the second verse. And yeah, we just started playing it out at like duo shows because full bands still weren't like a thing because it was like 2020. And then as far as the recording process, Garrett produced that song. I tracked vocals with my current guitar player at his house, and then Garrett actually mixed it. So I kind of did everything in-house. Taylor Webb mastered it. Yeah, super talented guy. Love it.
Yeah, he sounded good playing I think I saw an acoustic version. I don't know if it was of that song, but he was playing acoustic. He had some cool stuff going on. He wasn't overplaying.
Yeah.
And so some nice stuff going on. Good voice. Once again, the tone of his voice with yours mixes really well. That's hard to find.
I know. It is. We kind of like lucked out. The crazy thing about Garrett and I too was, through the years, like he was in Jam Therapy and then his band changed names and he was the Matters. But Nomad City and Corbella, like we'd kind of play alongside them a lot. I was like a fan of him and he was like a fan of mine. And then 2020 hit, bam, both of our bands fell apart. And then he invited me over to do like a live stream. And then we just started writing. And then it's just escalated into this whole thing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marina, you're making a fool of me. You turn it up, but I ain't seen you in a while. When I stare at you, you greet me with a smile. Shake me cup, get up, head out towards the door. You grab my waist the way you always did before. I say, Marina, you're walking on me, can't you see? Nah, nah. Marina, you're making a fool out of me. No, no. Marina, you're walking on me, can't you see? Nah, nah. Marina, you're making a fool out of me. Now listen, you make me feel like I'm nothing. Then you make me feel like I'm something. Underneath it all, that's why I can't let go. No, 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 no. You got me under this spell. Nothing to you but a show and tell. Making me feel like I got it all under control. And I don't, and you know that I know that it's in your heart, in your soul, and you know, because my heart you stole. You're walking on me, can't you see? Nah, nah.
who are your influences? Was there a singer songwriter specifically that made you go, this is it, this is what I want to do?
I am a huge fan of Christina Aguilera.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Of her, not like I would say of her current stuff, but her Stripped album like changed.
Oh, her Stripped album was amazing.
Completely changed me. Yes, there is
She doesn't get enough love for her chops, her singing ability.
Mm-mm. I was huge fan. I mean, I grew up, like when I was little, the Tooth Fairy left me an Etta James CD under my pillow.
Nice, I love Etta James.
Yeah, so I grew up on like Etta James, big time Aretha Franklin, Whitney, a lot of belters. I listened to a lot of big powerhouse vocals. When I was really young, I listened to a lot of Christian music because that's just who I was and where I was at in my life. I'm a big Tori Kelly fan. I mean, I just love singers. So, yeah, currently, I love like ZZ Ward and
Oh, yeah.
I just thought
ZZ Ward's amazing.
Tori Kelly, so I'm a Tori Kelly girl for sure.
So what has it been like for you? There we go. I found it. Shut up, Brent. I found it. What has it been like? What has your experience? Shut up. What has your experience been like as a woman, specifically in the music industry? Because it is a very male-dominated industry, and we are treated quite differently. Have you come up on anything that made you go, whoa, dude? Or have you just been like really lucky?
It is tough as a woman for sure. Nothing really like off the top of my head.
You don't have to give names.
Yeah. There's definitely assholes that I've worked with for sure.
I mean, I think Renelle, I think you need to give her an example of, you need to tell her the example. He can't do anything to you.
Yeah, I don't really have anything off the top of my head, but I will say, my band, I just recently started having like a backup singer in my live show, which has been amazing. But usually I'm just surrounded by dudes and
right.
And
that's a whole thing.
Yeah, but we're like a big family. They're all like brothers to me. So and then I'm married, so my husband's always out and talking to people, and he's like a social butterfly, and he's like the merch guy, the roadie. So
yeah,
I'm always like rolling up with an entourage. So
So they're like, ooh, we can't even try to play her wrong.
I'm
She's
so
surrounded.
friendly, and I'm a very touchy-feely person, so I'm always like hugging people and always talking to people. So I'm naturally just always, I'm a people person in general. So, but I am a black belt in karate, so no one fucks with me.
Yeah, listen to that.
I'm kidding.
Shut up. They didn't need to know you were kidding.
I'm winking, okay?
Brent, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I don't have the same problems women have. I'm untalented,
at least you
so I
own
have
it.
that problem.
Shut up.
I mean, I harass.
Is this just going to be the day where you do?
I do.
You really do.
Yeah, it's not a normal show.
It's a show and a comedy experience.
I wouldn't say it's funny. It's uncomfortable, but it's not funny all the time. It's uncomfortable.
That's good. It's good to be uncomfortable.
If only law enforcement agreed with that.
Shut up. Stand you today. Go into the next song.
So this is we're going to talk about "With You," which was released in February 2024.
Valentine's Day.
So this is a cool song. I'll be honest, it was the first one I heard, so it kind of made me sad because it's a love song, and usually you're like gritty and you're a belter and you have a little bit of vocal fry. And so when I was listening to that song, all the things that I listened to you for, they were not there.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what the hell?
It's totally different.
But that's what you can do as a solo artist. So you can tell Uncle Brent, look, fuck off, dude, I'm going to do this. So the song is about love and the process of being in love and being able to enjoy that moment. Because sometimes when you're in love, it's scary as hell, and you're like, oh, what did I step into? What is this stuff? But this one is like, oh, I stepped into love. It's awesome. Has a 80s pop feel, with keys as the primary instrument. Vocals were calm until 2 minutes. Then the power and the falsetto runs. The falsetto runs were different. Those were different runs. I mean, you've done them before, but the whole song was totally different than anything else that I've heard you do. At least original stuff.
Yeah.
So this is my question. Give us the scoop on how Taylor and Andy contributed to the development of this song.
Yeah. So Taylor is Garrett's other half, and Andy is my husband. We wrote this song on a writing retreat. We went out to Spring Branch, Texas, and we got like a cabin, and we were out by the fire, and we were kind of just drinking and just talking about, these people that we have been so lucky and blessed with through all, the trials and tribulations that we go through to just have them. And so it was written really quick, to be honest. And I will be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the song at first because it wasn't really in my natural habitat of belting, and but it was the band's favorite song. And so, the more we played it and the more the crowd and the audience really, loved the song, it really grew on me. And I will say it's not even my husband's favorite song, even though I wrote it about him. He's a punk rock guy, so he's always like, that's a slow song, and it's really not even slow, but yeah. And it's crazy too. I guess I'll tell you guys a little story. It's a crazy story. The next day, so my husband, he was at work, and he was working on a table saw. This is going where you think it's going. It is. And he chopped off 2 fingers.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And so this happened, and I was out of my mind, they couldn't like.
Oh, and it's the fingers, so there was so much blood. There was so much blood.
The emergency room all day, like.
Oh.
Are you thinking my love life is over with? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I was going to tell you, I went in and recorded the song the next morning, and I was just like out of my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I did most of it in like one take, and then I was just like, bye. But I just think it's a crazy story that like I'm going in to like record the song that I wrote about him, and this horrible thing happened, and then I didn't even cancel the next morning. I still went and still did it.
Trooper.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, that's it. That's the story.
Is he okay?
Yeah, dude, he's fine. He says it's punk rock.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
He's okay. Yeah, it was crazy. It was more traumatic for me, and I have all my fingers, so.
So he does not have his fingers now?
They didn't sew him back?
No, he doesn't.
We are all hung up on this.
Yeah, he's missing half of this finger and then like a quarter of this thumb.
Well, at least it's not his middle.
He has
finger.
the one that counts.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That is punk rock. Oh, my God. There was so much blood. The panic.
There was a lot of blood.
It would have been better had this happened. He lost the middle ones.
Oh, no, you need that.
But, I thought about him the whole time, I was just like, God.
That happened right before you wrote a love song. Like, that's crazy.
When I was recording it, but I was just like.
Like, here I am.
Die young, but it'll live until 100. As long as I can do it with you.
There goes a finger.
Yeah.
Can make you feel like it's all or nothing. I got a lot to say. Okay, I know your disposition. I feel your body itching. You got love on the way. We could die young, blooded, or live until 100. As long as I could do it with you. We could move to the music, but we don't have to use it. As long as I could do it with you. With you, nah, yeah, da, 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 da. Now listen, now sweet dreams burning quicker than gasoline. My only fuel is you. shake up, we wake up before we kiss and make up. That's how we get through. We could die young blooded or live until 100, as long as I could do it with you. We could move to the music, but we don't have to use it, as long as I could do it with you. You die young blooded or live until 100, as long as I could do it with you, baby. We could move to the music, but we don't have to use it, as long as I could do it with you. They say a love like this might burn too quick, but loving you ain't like a candlestick. You hold me close and melt in your hands. You take the heat when I burn in both ends. And you know that I love you, you know that I do, even though I know the toll that it takes on you. I can't believe you'd ever leave me, baby. Baby. I'll do it with you. As long as I could do it with you. Die young blooded, live until 100, as long as I could do it, long as I could do it. Move to the music, but we don't have to use that, long as I could do it, long as I could do it with you. I said with you, baby. Long as I could do it, long as I could do it with you, baby. I said with you, with you.
So when did you
Brent?
get married?
Yeah.
2021.
Oh,
Oh, right after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yeah.
live together during that whole
Yeah, he moved down here with me.
tested?
Yeah, so we've been together like
Tested and approved. Oh, wow.
how long?
12 years.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
I know. We were only together like 3 months. He was a bartender at a club I played at in the Curve. And yeah, that's how we met. And I was like, hey, do you want to move to Austin? And he was like, sure.
Sure, babe.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. but I guess it, it worked out. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you married people.
Yeah.
So y'all were in a relationship like 9 to 10 years before you finally broke him down?
Yeah. Well, he proposed actually in like 2014. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We kind of put it off for a while.
So you're like, I don't know, dude.
And then our wedding venue caught on fire. So then that delayed.
Holy shit.
And then COVID happened. So it was just like one thing after another. People were like, Britny, your wedding venue caught on fire. Isn't that a sign? I'm like, it's fine. Fucking luck, What are you going to do?
The
That's
sign
awesome.
that life's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's what the sign is.
That
We
is so
made it through.
Of course it burnt down. Why
Yeah.
not? Absolutely. Absolutely. Had to.
Yeah.
So does he still work at the establishment where he lost his fingers at?
He does. Am I happy about that? No.
No,
No, I'm not.
absolutely not. See? I
But-
get it.
Yeah.
You need to tell him, look, you're a kept man. You need to do what I say. Or some bones are going to get broken, boy.
I don't think he's worried about broken bones after he sawed off 2 fingers.
I guarantee when he looked at his fingers and they weren't on his hand, he probably raised the blood pressure a little bit.
He doesn't play any instruments, does he?
No. Thank
Whew.
God. No. He skateboards. Yeah.
So it's just another day for him.
Yeah, he's like a skater, a snowboarder, surfer type of guy. So
He's an intensive care medical emergency individual.
yeah.
Some people have those. The kids meet that role for them, and then you have your husband.
Right.
What has it been like? You guys have been together a long time, so this is an interesting question. What has it, how do I phrase this without sounding like a jaded bitch? How have you been able to keep a relationship together that long while being a musician, because that brings a whole nother host of issues to the table that a lot of people don't have. Brent can attest to that. There's a whole nother set of things that go with that.
Yeah. Well, if I'm being brutally honest, this will probably lead into our third song. But
Excellent. I love it.
Probably I was a big drinker and it almost killed me. And it probably would not have lasted had I not gotten sober. So I would probably say my sobriety has really kept us together over the years. You know, I tried getting sober in 2020 and then relapsed. But then, yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. And so in 2022, I mean, I guess I'll just dive into that. But yeah, I was hospitalized with pancreatitis and I was in the ICU and my whole body was like shutting down, my organs. Yeah, there was like a point where the doctors told Andy they didn't know if I was going to make it and all they could do was wait, which is crazy to even say out loud. But yeah, I was in the hospital for 16 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really awful. But
Wow.
yeah, I just hit 2 years sober.
Congratulations.
So yeah. But anyways, all that being said, yeah, my sobriety has played a huge role in just our marriage in general. Yeah, it's really hard to be with somebody who's fucked up all the time. And that was definitely like a downward spiral for me.
Right, and it's easier. I feel like it's easier for musicians to unintentionally get on that downward spiral. You're in the bar a lot.
Yeah.
It's around a lot. Drugs are, which is not what you were talking. Drugs are like easily available. People are giving them out. Hey man, you want to do this with me? And then, you know, you can be at somebody else's funeral and you're like, just what the fuck happened? Yeah. So it's really impressive that you caught yourself, because not a lot of people can do that and hold it together. And I'm sure he's been helpful with that, because he's like, never wants to see you like that again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he probably could have stayed, to be honest. It was pretty bad. But yeah, you know, I think had I not hit my rock bottom and, you know, almost died, I don't know that I would have stopped, sadly.
I'm glad you got to keep
better.
I'm glad you got to keep your hair.
You're just jealous of anybody with hair.
I've been jealous
I do love my hair. I really do love my hair, though.
How does that lead into our next song? I'm trying to get us back on track so hard.
Oh, yeah. So crazy story, I guess, about this whole Hollow story. I wrote Hollow with Garrett. We were on another writing retreat, same cabin. It's like the magical cabin. You know, all these songs we write happen there. I was really deep in it at this point. I had lost my aunt, who was really like a sister to me. She had like overdosed and with alcohol and pills and stuff right before COVID. And so that was kind of like, you know, my downward spiral. And then I tried to get sober, didn't get sober. And so on this writing retreat, I was just like writing about hollow, which is really about filling up the hollow part of yourself, which I was just doing all the time with alcohol and drugs. And, you know, it didn't fix anything really. So wrote this song. I had recorded it literally 3 weeks before I was admitted into the ICU, which looking back, I was like in the worst place probably of my life. It makes me really sad, actually. But I got out of the hospital, got the mix back. You know, I loved it at the time, put it out there. And, you know, it was great. I opened for Andrea McGee and Dave Scher at the O4 Center with this song, and I really got to tell my story. But it never really like hit and sounded how I really envisioned it. And so like in my walk of sobriety, I really wanted to give this song justice and, you know, re-record it. And I worked with producer Cole Burris. And yeah, I just had a vision for this song, and I wanted to add this gospel choir, and I just really wanted to sing it just from the depths of my soul in my sobriety, and to really, you know, just like an unwavering commitment to like, you know, just being sober. I just really wanted to make a testament to that. So yeah, I re-released that in April. And April is Alcohol Awareness Month. So I partnered with the Sims Foundation, which Sims has been absolutely amazing in my long journey to sobriety. God bless Joanne, my therapist, because I've been seeing her for a very long time. But yeah, I'm really proud of that song. I'm really proud of it.
It's a very, very good song. It's like my second favorite of the three you sent. My first one, my favorite is actually Marina. I'm not gonna lie, but now that I know the story, I might have to change my opinion. Brent, what do you have to say? Because I know you have opinions.
Okay, there are a few songs like over your career that I've listened to that I like more than this one.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones I listened today, this is hands down my favorite. And the whole idea that you're feeling the hollowness, you're filling it up with these things that can't actually fill it, it's a really cool idea. Damn it, I wish I would have thought about it. But anyway, because like this one, my brain really started going off and neurons started firing, which they probably don't normally do. But here we go. So this has a cool groove. It's when I first started listening to it, that's when my neurons started firing off, because when I listen to music, I automatically start jumping around to different genres, trying to make connections to your influences.
Yeah.
And I was like, what I know this. There's something that feels like that. So I got on the internet and I was like, let me try this. Go to this video. Listen to that. No, that's not it. So I'm like typing lyrics into the Google thing, trying to figure out, because I just have random shit that just lives in my brain. And so basically what I came down was Everlast, What It's Like, how his phrasing on the verse is.
Oh my God, I love that song. I was literally just listening. I just was listening to that song. What a compliment.
Not the intro, but when he's on the verse. Now, you don't sing like him at
Obviously.
all. He's more of you're telling a story, but you can like really, really sing. He's not, in my opinion, not a real singer. Good songwriter, not necessarily the singer of your caliber, Miss Britny. But the verse part, when you're singing and kind of the riff has that groove of what it's like.
That's awesome.
And then the coolest part about this, and this has got to be Garrett, is sometimes you expect the drums to lead it, the vocalist to lead it, the guitar to lead it. But this song, the bass is slightly distorted and it's high in the mix. And so it's keeping the song moving along, and it kind of gives the song its inertia. Now, that doesn't mean I do not love the guitar solo and your vocal riffs over the descending progression, 2 minutes and 24 seconds. I know it's weird that I call out times, but
no, that's fucking awesome. It means you care and you listen and you do your homework.
He does.
I really, really, really appreciate.
And this one, your vocal distortions, and I loved how you used the musical rests or the breakdowns in the music. Your voice was the bridge to the next section after the break. And I think that was 2 or 3 times. So it wasn't so much that it became where I was used to it and it wasn't stimulating my brain, but it was enough. And you did it over different parts musically. And not that you were necessarily changing the chord progression or anything, but you were changing what instrumentation you were proposing at that time. So that was probably the coolest part. So then this is what I started thinking. I was like, okay, I'm looking at these 3 songs with you, Marina, and Hollow.
I sent you the sober version, right? I'm just
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
I love it.
Okay, good.
So then this is my thought. These songs to me are incredibly different. Not only lyrically, but musically.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, okay, well, let's say I don't care about lyrics. I'm now a musical person. And I'm thinking about, I have these 3 incredible versions. I have this incredible band in the studio. I have a great vocalist singing these songs who can pretty much do almost anything she wants except for sing in the Statler Brothers. So my question is this, and you can use these 3 songs that we've listened to kind of answer the question. How is your vocal preparation to go into the studio and to play live different when you do a pop song versus a ballad versus a rock song?
Good question. It's not. I actually have I do like the same vocal warm up. I'll show you right here. I'd use like these vocal straws.
Ah, yes, those help you get up.
But I usually do a Spotify playlist. Not a Spotify playlist. I don't know. There's a Peter Faint album, like a vocal warm up, and it really like warms up my mixed voice, my falsetto voice, and yeah, I just usually run it 2 times for about 25 minutes, and then I'm usually good.
So that's the same.
Yeah, I usually do the same thing.
Wow.
A lot of or like puppy dog whines, like.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I've
been working a lot with my guitar player's wife, Sydney Burris. She's an amazing vocal coach, and we've really like dove in with vocal technique and vocal warm-ups and stuff like that. So the more like ridiculous, the better, really. Yeah.
Well, no, the straw is like a good tool to help you get higher without damaging yourself. You know, what do you do to keep your vocal fry from damaging yourself? How do you, because there's
definitely helps.
Well, yeah, there's that, of course. But I mean, do you have any exercises where you practice your vocal fry and you set it in a specific place in your throat or behind your nose?
That's a really good question, bro.
Yeah, honestly, no. I just
You're such a punk. Such a punk.
No, I just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I usually do the same warm-ups. I mean, depending on the show, I'll drink just hot water and honey. I use this stuff sometimes. This is Entertainer's Secret.
Are they paying you royalties?
No, maybe they should. My dad used this like 40 years ago. It's like the family secret right here.
That's cool.
Shh, Entertainer's Secret.
Empty inside, replay 1,000 times what could have and should have been mine. Pretending how I feel, but I lie. Can't tell the truth when the truth tears my doubt smothers dreams. I'm still asleep, paralyzed. Otherwise, you'd hear me scream. If anyone out there can find what I lost, help me remember who I was. Hold me down, down. Show me how. 'Cause I might be hot, low, I might not be free. The scars that built, they didn't build me weak. Still tied up inside of me. Well, I feel up the hollow side of me. I'm running low, losing control. Can't hold on to who I used to know. Shadows consume the sweep of a broom. One drink on the house leads to 2 in my room. Loneliness lies besides me at night, tangled in blankets and bottles of wine. How far is gone? Have my lines been drawn between who I am and who I'll become? Hold me down, down. Show me how. 'Cause I might be hot, low,
that vocal fry's badass.
Thank you, man. That's awesome.
That's all, Brent? Are you done?
I've done. I said everything I need to say. I just wish I had the amount of talent that the people we interview have.
I know it's frustrating, right?
You know what? I'm happy. It makes me happy when I come across someone like her or like Fernando or Brooks or Corduroy. I think I'm happy because someone can do what I hear in my head. I can't physically do the things I hear. You know, if I write a song for a girl, there's no fucking way.
Well,
I mean, okay, I do a Lady Gaga song, and when I do it, it's like a horror train wreck. But that's the reason I do it. But if I had a tool like one of those people that I talk to, it makes me feel good to know that someone has that skill set and that it exists out there, and it's not 24 people removed from me. You know, I know people she knows. This is the first time I've met her, but I actually know people that she knows, and that skill set is not so far away from me. So that's comforting in a way.
100%. I feel that.
So, and I'm glad you're doing it, because so many people do not take their tools and, you know, throw caution to the wind and go for it like they should, or at some point they just dry up and they just can't keep going forward. Because you could have done that multiple times.
Yeah.
But you don't.
It's hard. It's definitely hard some days. God, why did I pick this career? But yeah.
But you're so good, and people, you know.
Like doing this podcast is like refueling me for like why I do what I do. You know?
so what advice would you give a young singer-songwriter?
Don't do drugs or drink.
Well, that's, I mean, decent advice.
Don't do it. Unless it's marijuana, you know, then that's okay.
And then moderation.
Yeah. I don't know that.
Moderation. Yeah, some people can't do that.
Yeah,
some
I
people
can't.
can't do that.
So how have your rituals changed? Because
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
you
yeah.
so let's talk about that. Like,
It's a ritual. Yeah.
because of your health condition, you probably had a specific ritual before and after the show. How have those changed since your experience in 2022?
Yeah, so I mean now, you know, before like a show, I usually wouldn't drink like the night before, and I would try and eat pretty healthy. But now I'm like, I always have to eat healthy, which is good, you know, no Taco Bell or anything like that. But you know, I always would, you know, I was big on like celebrating like once the night was done or my show was over. So I don't know if you guys have heard about kava or you're familiar with kava.
I think so.
K-A-V-A.
Isn't that like that coffee drink that's mushrooms or something?
Ye-
I think it's something else.
Yes, but it's not mushrooms. It's so it's like I'll give you a little
Dirt. It's
Right.
dirt.
Yeah, it's a Polynesian root. I'm like super into it. So
I know what you're talking about now. I was confused.
yeah, it's like a good alcohol alternative. But I will say there's a huge like kava bar community in Austin, and they've been like super supportive of me and just a really good community. But anyways, I go there, but I also learn how to make it myself. And so I usually like bring a cooler of kava in, and I'll just sip on kava, you know, after the show. And yeah.
You can still hang out after the show with everybody
Yeah.
else. You're not having to. Okay, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All
I
right.
can't really stick around after shows. I have to get out of there. People get crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like hanging out till 2 a.m, you know, like I used to, or like up till 6. I mean, actually, I'll take that back. Sometimes I am still up till 6. Depends. I'm a night owl, but
That's what my kid is.
depends on what I'm doing.
All right. So where can people find you and purchase your music?
Yeah, so people can find me at BritnyLobas.com. That's Britney with 1 T, no E, Lobas.com. And my music is available everywhere you can stream it.
All the
Yeah.
good places,
All the good-
Spotify, iTunes, all that.
Yes, ma'am. All the places.
Man. I don't have anything else. I think Brent covered everything.
I would like to talk
Finish
to
it up.
her. Talk to her a lot longer, but
I know, but it's
Y'all are so
hour and 20.
huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all are so fun. I'm
Well,
sorry
who
it took
doesn't?
so long to get me on. I really would have loved to have been on sooner.
No, now you have to
We're
come
here.
back whenever you release your next single or your next EP or your next album.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love return guests.
Yay.
Love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it will be a lot more insanity in the next one. Hello. Thank you for listening to us today. We appreciate your time.
This is what Brent sounds like when I go, you can't say that. And we do this 3 times.
No, really. Thank you for listening to us and spending
we
your
appreciate
time
it.
with us. If you are listening to us, hopefully we're providing some type of service, something pleasurable maybe to your life.
No.
And if we are, what? There is nothing wrong with that.
Go ahead.
Nothing wrong with that. Was it,
Go ahead.
people? If there
Go
was
ahead.
something wrong with it, please email soundpollution@gmail.com.
Such a dick.
Hope you enjoyed learning about Britny today, one of the great Austin singers, songwriters, vocalists of our generation, I guess. Maybe not mine, maybe yours. And I'm pointing to Renelle because she's the one I'm pointing at. But thank you for hanging out with us. If you would like, follow, subscribe, comment, share us with your friends, share us with your family, share us with people you like, people you don't like. Just share us, damn it. And remember to make
Hey. Stop.